If you're using a CRM, you're probably using a solution to enrich your CRM contacts with a valid B2B email address. But what if I told you that you can boost your email enrichment rate by 30% by doing just two little things? In this video, I will show you how to find more email addresses in your CRM. It is very important to note that the tips I'm about to share with you work for any CRMs and that the main tip to find more email addresses is different than the one I shared to find more phone numbers in another video. Alright guys, so there's actually a bunch of things to find more email addresses in your CRM. So we will talk about a cool tip after in the video, but first we need to talk about the difference between CRMs with native email enrichment versus third party. Essentially, when you're using a CRM that has native email enrichment, this is cool because it's included in your CRM subscription. However, you have a poor enrichment rate because essentially the priority of those CRMs is to control the margins. They have a lot of costs like any SaaS, and they don't have like a massive incentive to give you like with a very good enrichment rate when it comes to finding emails. So I will not advise you to use it or to pick this kind of CRM because they want to control margins. They tend to use less performing white label solutions that are weaker softwares and that will find you less email addresses. And so because of that, you will find less email addresses and you will make less money because it's less people to reach out to. Then we have third-party integration. So the downside is that you have to pay for another tool, but they have great enrichment rate and you can integrate those email tools natively in your CRM. And the good thing about them is that they only charge you for emails found, and they also verify catch-all emails. So I don't have time to explain in details what it is, but essentially you will have a boost in about 30% in email enrichment rate. And so you will find more email addresses and so you will make more money. So with that being said, what kind of software should you use to find more email addresses? So I would recommend two, Find Email and Better Contact. In my opinion, Find Email is the best tool on the market when it comes to finding email data. They arguably have the best email enrichment rate in the whole market, and they've proved that through data analysis. And there is many people who benchmark the tool against other tools, and so they always found out that Find Email was the best tool. And so yeah, it's a very good tool to use. When it comes to the pricing, like you can start for free, but the first plan is $49 per month. This is why I suggested you as well Better Contact, because I think Better Contact is a second to, and the pricing starts at $15 per month. And so I think Better Contact or Find Email, you cannot go wrong. And for this video, I will go with Better Contact because it's the most affordable one, and so that maybe more people will be able to use it. All right guys, so the first thing you're gonna do is that you're gonna go on Google and type Better Contact or click in the link in the description. Then you're gonna go here and click on Start for free. And once you are inside Better Contact, you will have to subscribe. So you're gonna go to subscription and then you're gonna click on subscribe to starter. Beware of not having this click by default, otherwise you will upgrade to the upper plan. So just go with starter right here and then subscribe for it. All right guys, and once you've paid, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna go to the API cockpit right here and you're gonna copy your API key. And then what you're gonna do is that you're gonna head over to Breakcall. You can do this in any CRM, but me, I'm just gonna use mine, which makes sense. So you're gonna go to Google, type Breakcall, then you're gonna click on Breakcall here, try Breakcall free. And once you've passed the onboarding, you will go to settings and then you're gonna go to App Store and you're gonna select Better Contact here. You're gonna click on install and you're gonna type your email and then you're gonna copy paste your API key. And that's it. Now you integrated natively Better Contact to enrich leads in your CRM. So now let me show you how it works. All right guys, so let's say I want to add this person to the CRM and to find the email address of that person. So I'm just gonna use the founder of Find Email because again, although I'm using Better Contact, I think it's right to promote both tools because they are the best, backed by data. So then if I click on this button, I can add the person to the CRM. And as you can see, because we've installed as a native integration Better Contact, I'm able to enrich the email address of the person. Here, I'm just gonna click on Create Lead. And then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click on Enrich Email. And just by that, natively in the CRM, I will be able to enrich the email address of the person. And as you can see, I can also do the phone number. It can take a while, so sometimes it will take 30 seconds. The more complex it is, the more it will take time. So usually it's normal if it can take about 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm just going to refresh the page and go back in the CRM. But before that, let me show you a couple of tips. So typically when people try to enrich natively the valid B2B email address of the prospects, they're doing a big mistake. And so this mistake is essentially that they don't have the website URL of the person. So when it comes to email enrichment, if you don't have the website URL of your prospects, your enrichment rate will be so much lower. So I think it's finished. Actually, it just stopped. So maybe just let me refresh the page. Let's see how it looks like. So I'm just gonna refresh and click back on the button. And as you can see, there it is. We have the email address. And so now let's go back to Breakcall directly because it has an impact having the email address in the CRM. So you see, just by pulling out the email address, like it's aggregated all the different conversations that I had with this person in the past. So as you can see, like email convos, LinkedIn convos, because I also have the LinkedIn URL of that person and every related contacts to that person between the different email threads and LinkedIn threads we had together. It even synced the meetings we had down the line. And as you can see, I can rewatch the meeting and see everything that we said for 1 hour, which is amazing. And just by syncing the email, this is what happened. And from there, the CRM just categorized the lead using AI and provided me a summary. But going back to my point, guys, what is super important here is that if you don't have the website URL of your prospect, your enrichment rate will be much lower. So typically when people try to enrich the email address of the prospects in the CRM, what's happening is that they just have the first name, the last name, and the company name of the person. This is not enough. So if you want to have a very high enrichment rate, you need to have the website URL. And here I got the website URL straight away because when I click on this button, it just pulled out the website URL. But typically, normally how people do it is that they would just put the first name, the last name, and the company name. And because of that, they will complain that the enrichment rate is lower than 40%, 30% depending if it's SMBs or enterprise. Whereas if you use the website URL, your enrichment rate will straight away jump to up to 60 to 80% depending if it's SMBs or enterprises. All right guys, so with that being said, I also need to tell you that in your CRM, there's many ways that you can enrich natively your leads with the valid B2B email address. So typically you can go in the CRM and you can bulk select people, and straight away with one click, you can enrich in bulk the email address or the phone number of your leads. So you don't have to do this manually one by one by clicking like I've done it. You can also do it in bulk. Another thing you can do is that if you go to the enrichment section here in settings, you can go to automation rules and you can create an automation rule to enrich leads automatically. So typically here I can say, okay, when there's a new lead in signups. So typically here I'm going to say when there's a new lead in signups, I'm going to say, okay, when a lead is created and when this lead is created in that specific list, let's go even further, in that specific sales pipeline stage within the sign up list. So let's say when there's a new free trial in my signups list, then and only then automatically enrich with the valid B2B email address of the person. And so from there, when you move the leads automatically to one category, like the email will be enriched without you to do anything. So you don't have to click, you don't have to bulk select people to automate the email enrichment. It's done automatically on autopilot. And from there, you can just enjoy the results. And so just another proof that this video is not fake is that if you go to enrichment here and that you go to history, you can see all the jobs that has been done by the email enrichment tool natively in the CRM. And here, if I click on view details, you can see that exactly what happened. So you can see that the job has been completed successfully, and that when it comes to the details, you can see exactly that email has been found and that it's very confident that this email will not bounce because of the score that is 100. So this is a pretty good thing to know that this email is also a valid B2B email address. And yeah, that's pretty much what it does. And it also correlates with the data you have inside the API cockpit of Better Contact. So it's pretty much integrated in the CRM. You don't even have to go back to Better Contact typically to know what happened when it comes to the API calls made to find the data. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel for more content like this, and check out this video to learn how to find more B2B phone numbers in your CRM. Cheers, ciao.